on it being like,
ew.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had some technical difficulties starting off. My mic is a piece of shit, just like I am. But we should be good.
Remember, like and share the show. If you don't, you're a racist.
Exactly.
hey, Sean DW.
There are two.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You
are gay. All right, I'm going to play the intro and get this started.
Welcome to the Midnight Show with the Midnight Crew. Rotncorpse, Angela Arrega, James Colley, Terry Diamantis, and our host, T. Alexander, with special guests, Mr. Darwin Catsbringer, Camel. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Midnight Show, episode 32. Wow, just amazing. With us today, Angela is currently out, so filling her spot is Mr. Darwin Catsbringer. Hey, Mr. Darwin.
Howdy.
All right. Then we have. Let's start off with our usual lineup. Rotncorpse, how you doing, Rod?
Everything I'm about to say is satire, irony, pre and post irony in Minecraft.
It's a fucking lie, you know it. Next up is James Colley. Hey, James, how you doing?
Terrible. And, yeah.
Terry. Hey, Terry bot.
Hello.
All right. And again, we have Mr. Darwin Catsbringer. Hey, Mr. Darwin Catsbringer, how you been?
Oh, I've been fine. And thanks for having me on, of course.
Thanks for filling this slot. Last up is new guest. Hey, Camel. Hey.
Good evening.
Can you turn your mic up a little bit? It's kind of hard to hear you.
That's good.
He's having a conniption over there.
Have you tried going to you right click on your little volume thing on your computer, click sounds, go over to recording, double click on your mic and go to levels? Because like somehow mine got dropped to 76% for some fucking weird ass reason.
Yours is possessed.
Computers are retarded.
No, we're not kicking Hey Camel BJ. As always, let's start off with the shit that has pissed me off for the week before we jump into our articles. And, you know, a few asshole stories. Tonight is boys' night, so we'll just be the guys. Rashida Tlaib and AOC and all of the squad have pissed me the fuck off.
That's pretty normal. I'm still impressed that somehow they brought Hassan Piker onto Piers Morgan, and I already knew Piers was going to look smarter, but Hassan made himself look dumber, like dumber than normal.
Well, to be fair, that isn't hard.
Yeah.
You know what? I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this. And after that shit with fucking him and Ethan Klein.
Yeah. How do you make a guy who had said that he thought someone should bomb an NRA convention or the NRA leadership make look sane and normal?
Yes. Like,
or at least sound, I should say.
Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Yep.
Let me
Or it's like cut out pictures of people and put them on there.
I'm lazy.
Oh, all you do is cut out the faces. You gotta do the old Hellcat thing. All you do is replace the avatar head.
Whoa, whoa,
Again?
whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
How did I get to be Ray?
Because Terry took the fucking Egon. I asked you one day, who would you want to be? You didn't say shit. This is what you get when you don't answer my fucking messages.
Oh, I gotta learn how to listen to messages then. I wanted to do that more often.
See, the trick is to have so few messages that it's easy to reply to the few that you actually get. That's my trick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I like the Blues Brothers one.
It's the only one I could find with four. I was going to do Jim Belushi, but I didn't want to have the band. So, but yeah.
The band.
Have y'all heard about the shit with Sniper Wolf and fucking
YouTube not doing their fucking job?
Yeah.
What happened?
Basically, they demonetized her in that whole thing, but with all the shit she has done, technically, if they were to follow their guidelines properly, she should be kicked off the platform.
She should be.
Well, no. They didn't even demonetize it. They demonetized her most recent video.
Oh, that's what it was.
There's a community note clarifying that YouTube said they demonetized her, but what they did was demonetize one video of hers.
What did she do?
She doxed Jack's films.
Plus, also,
she went to his house. She literally went to his house.
You can't forget.
On camera.
Hold on. So you can't also forget that early in her career, she also had a minor flash her chest on stream. That should have gotten her kicked off.
But that was Twitch.
It's true, but like that's not what she's in trouble for. She's in trouble for the dox.
Yeah, that should have gotten her in jail.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Okay, so who did she dox?
Her critic.
This guy Jack's Films or something like that.
Yeah, he made. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Terry Bot.
Oh no, okay. I thought Rotten was going to explain. So yeah, he made videos basically calling her out, saying that she's stealing content. Her reactions are not really enough to warrant using other people's content that way. Like it's not. He didn't consider it fair use because he was just going like, "Oh wow, ooh," kind of thing, not actually contributing anything, and that's why he was making the videos. And then she went to his house and said, "Hey, 35 million subscribers. I'm at Jack's Films house, which, is right behind me in case you wanted the address. Sure would be a shame if you harassed him."
Oh, wow. That's what she did?
She got pissed off because he basically said, "Oh, I'm going to make a fucking reaction videos just like her." And he realized he couldn't do that because he couldn't be that lazy. Like being that lazy was harder for him to do. Him trying to impersonate her was still doing a better job than she could actually do.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? We're adding something to like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, that's it.
Okay, so she phoned it in like she does during sex. Gotcha.
Ouch.
So the only thing I'm familiar with Sniper Wolf about was the time that she was supposed to do a Make-A-Wish thing and backed out at the last second.
Charming.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
That's the only thing I remember about Sniper Wolf. Other than that, I thought she done fell off.
This is the first time I've ever heard SS Sniper Wolf or Sniper Wolf. I don't know which one it is. I'm on the. I hope it's SS.
Sniper Wolf.
Well,
That's what it is. Sniper Wolf.
Yeah, the SS Sniper Wolf, that's the one I'm talking about that was supposed to do some gig for a fan of hers that was Make-A-Wish, and she ended up not backing out to the last second. But
That's not very nice. That's not a nice thing to do.
We didn't need any more confirmation that she's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, she fakes her own game. She's not a good COD player. She fakes her own gameplay. I think it's a
back in the
boyfriend or
day,
a
it was not
husband
only
who
did
does
she
it.
fake her own gameplay, it was her boyfriend. He also did the writing for her.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
She's a woman. She can't do anything on her own.
You know, and it's wasn't she part of that whole fucking bully hunter shit?
I don't know. I don't remember her being part of it, but maybe she was. I don't remember.
I could have swore she was part of that. It was her that was part of that bully hunter shit.
No, maybe it was. I don't remember. I don't think it was, but I don't remember that the incident clearly. I don't remember like everyone who was involved.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know, but to use the whole thing from Letterkenny instead of saying McMurray's a piece of shit, it's Sniper Wolf's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Again, had that been any other remember when fucking who rolled up? I can't remember who rolled up on Boogie. Somebody rolled up on Boogie.
Was that Ralph? Ethan Ralph?
Something James. Or James or something James. Something James or James was in his name. It could have been his first name, could have been his last name, but yeah.
James Colley, how could you?
James, why are you rolling up on Boogie?
For clout.
Boogie pulled out his gun like, yo, do this. And didn't he get like suspended or something? Both of them get suspended?
You don't even have to go that far. Sargon made jokes, and he's permanently demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, Boogie also fired the gun, if I remember correctly.
No, but
He fired a warning shot.
Yeah.
Comparing to Sniper Wolf, Sargon told a joke, permanent demonetization.
Yeah.
Russell Brand did nothing. He got accused of things, permanent demonetization. SS Sniper Wolf, full on doxes a guy. Oh yeah, that's a slap on the wrist. No money for this video.
Well, that's the difference between having a vagina and having
a penis?
Yeah, that too. I was trying to come up with something witty.
No, I said on Twitter, Twitter X, largely what it is, they're not enforcing their own rules because she's making them money. They don't want to drive their cash cow from the platform, and it's not even just a matter of they can't make money off her if they demonetize her. In their terms of service, they reserve the right to put ads on demonetized videos and keep all of the money, all the ad revenue. But if they enforce their rules, they kick her from the platform. They don't get any of that.
I think V got it right. What's important is who's complaining. The reason that like SS Sniper Wolf got in trouble was because people that YouTube doesn't care about were complaining. It's just that there were so many of them that they had to make a token gesture to like brush the plebs aside. If it was like the New York Times, then no, she's persona non grata. Fuck her, nuke her to the ground. But if it's just the plebs complaining, who cares?
Who was it with the first apocalypse? Not the second first the second apocalypse that they got to that big fight with Crowder, and like. He was
Carlos Maza.
Yep.
Carlos Maza.
Carlos Maza.
Foink. Without saying it the way he says it.
Yeah. So I think the first one was PewDiePie because he said nigger. The second one was Crowder and Carlos because Crowder said let's be queer or something like that.
He said
exactly what Carlos calls himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and he was kicked. He was kicked for about a month, I think. I think he lost his channel for about a month.
Crowder is permanently demonetized. He's like never making money on YouTube ever again.
Yeah, I mean that's why he had the Mud Club and his
literally that's why. And that was actually the whole issue with the Daily Wire contract is they had a clause saying that if he got demonetized on YouTube, he lost 10% of his $50 million. He's already demonetized. So how is that going to work?
I mean, he would they would have to circumvent that clause.
Yeah. Well, the Daily Wire's argument is they would have negotiated and common sense before the contract got signed. They would have stricken that clause because it doesn't make sense. But just the fact that it was in there in the first place is a big part of what ruffled Crowder's feathers and what caused his whole outburst.
Being a whiny bitch about it.
Yeah. I have an article about fucking out one of my favorite fucking Trump.
Why do you have an article about fucking like?
Hey, it might be the first interesting article he reads on this stream.
Probably, but I don't want to know whatever really degenerate shit he's into.
I have an article about Michael Rappaport.
Oh God. What's that retard saying now?
No, he would you hold on.
Is he talking about how like, you know, we need to basically everyone needs to go eat out E.G. and Carol because, you know, because of her we got Trump.
No.
It's hilarious. He's not doing it on purpose. He's accidentally one of the funniest people on Twitter.
All right, so it is rather this article is rather heavy on the ads and shit. So if I put it up, it may cause me to robot. So
your internet's already trash. There's no point to it. Just
put the link. Just put the link in like regular chat. So if anyone wants to read along, they can rather than screen sharing if it's going to cause you to robot.
And if anything, we'll just like I don't know, fucking pull a monkey and get some ducks out or something.
Yeah, like
it's fucking Halloween, dancing skeletons. There you go.
Like,
there you go.
Us on the stream, like we've already got the link, but if anyone in chat wants to read along, rather than screen sharing, if it's going to tank your internet, just put the link and then they can read along that way.
All right, this one, you know, broken clocks are right at least twice a day, and Michael Rappaport.
No. It depends on how they're broken. If they're like gaining 1 second every hour, then they're basically never going to be right. So it's better to say a stopped clock because a stopped clock guaranteed twice a day.
Of course.
Unless it's a 24-hour clock. Like it's
a broken analog clock would be more.
Yeah.
You know, but again, this retard. All right. Michael Rappaport from Blink. Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, why would you have a clock that logs anal?
What'd you say?
Analog.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Jesus
I'm saying.
Christ.
Why would you have a clock that logs anal?
Well,
I wouldn't have a clock.
How do you log it, James?
Yeah.
This is an important thing that needs to be tracked. How are you doing it, if not with a clock?
With video.
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I figured you'd be the person that was trying to scribe it into the fucking wall. Because, you know, we live in a cave.
So this is the worst website I've ever seen, this New York Post. It is atrocious. Like, just trying to find the actual words of the article is a struggle.
All right, so the title of the article is, "You fucking sick Jew haters." Michael Rappaport launches blistering attack on the squad in profanity-laden tirade. Comedian, and I'm going to use air quotes for that one, Michael Rappaport launched a profanity-laden tirade against Democratic reps Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and Alexandra Occasional Cortex.
I mean, we already knew as soon as you said Ilhan Omar that she didn't like Jews. You're not talking anything new.
Yeah. Well, I will defend calling Michael Rappaport a comedian. I would just insert the word accidental before that word.
Or
Because, like
unintentional.
I said, he is hilarious, just not for the reasons he thinks.
All right. The actor declared the squad to be the biggest fucking squad of Jew haters in the United States. Rappaport tagged possibly Ocasio-Cortez. Damn, they right. They tagged Cortex. Yeah, it's not Cortez. Huh.
Yeah.
Omar and Tlaib in his Instagram post that was captioned the big three of anti-Semitism.
They didn't say occasional cortex, so they still misspelled it.
Yeah, I know.
Half right.
6 years have passed. The opinionated actor added, "These three have hypnotized the world into thinking they're not all about the Benjamins and will soon be out of politics in a production company making propaganda content against hashtag Jewish people, mark my words."
I do like the Jews hypnotizing the world conspiracy. That's up there. That's one of my favorites.
I just love how. All right, so I said this. I keep saying this. Sarah Silverman, people like fucking her, and
I don't
People
think
like
anyone
fucking
likes
Sarah Silverman?
I don't think anyone likes fucking Sarah Silverman anymore.
No. I'm not saying it like that, but
It's only giving me
her,
shivers that
Ethan
Hitler outfit.
they're seeing the audience they cultivated. They're seeing the seeds they sown. Their audience is so frothing at the mouth in favor of Palestine when they clearly have they're Jewish, but they've cultivated this audience.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of fallen along the lines of right-wing Jews, left-wing Muslims. For whatever reason, I don't know why the left wing is supporting the Muslims, but that seems to be how it's breaking out.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around queers for Palestine. Like that, make sense to me.
Chickens for KFC.
Yeah.
Rappaport is referencing two anti-Semitic incidents involving Omar. In a tweet from 2012, Omar wrote, "Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel." In 2019, Omar sparked outrage when she suggested the Republican Party's overwhelming support for Israel is all about the Benjamins. Top Democrats, including Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, James Clyburn, and Hakeem Jeffries released statements condemning Omar's deeply offensive comments as anti-Semitic tropes and prejudicial accusations. Rappaport blasted the squad members in an Instagram video for spreading fake news regarding the explosion near a hospital in Gaza, which is fucking dumb. Rappaport ranted to his 2.1 million Instagram followers, "AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, your fake news fucks." As fuck, I guess. I don't know. May you just as bad as Muppet Face Marjorie Taylor Greene, except I come up with a nickname for I haven't come up with a nickname for you yet. Lord, why'd you call her Muppet Face Marjorie Taylor Greene? God, that's about as clever as Grumpf.
We get it. You realize you can't date her.
Take down that fucking bullshit. You are fucking Jew haters. Rappaport told the progressive Democrats, "You hate the Jews. You've always hated the Jews. It's been one of your agendas to perpetuate Jew hate. Take down your fucking fake news tweets. Rescind your fucking comments. Rescind your fucking." Go ahead.
My question would be, what's so special about the Jews? Like, why is it so bad to hate them? Like there's a special word for hating Jews. There's a special word for hating Muslims. Why? What's so special about them? Like,
Well, I hate everybody equally. I'm an equalist.
Well,
I don't. There's definitely people that I dislike more than others, but
I hate people.
I mean, there's no special word for hating people who like Pokemon. Like if someone despises me for the
Pokemonist.
reason that I like Pokemon, there's no special word for it. It's like
You're a Pokemon.
yeah, but like why? What's so special about Jews and Muslims that it's such a terrible thing to hate them? Right?
Well, I mean,
All right,
it's they've got that. Like really, it's like it's really Christians and that they like also don't have something for that. So it's pretty much just like unless you hate black people, like Asians, like anybody not white or Christian.
Yeah. But my point is like I don't care if someone hates another group for any group for any reason. As long as all they're doing is talking shit, then let them. Like obviously, if you hate any group so much that you commit terrorism against them, then obviously that's different. But if these dipshits are just making edgy anti-Jewish tweets, okay, so what?
Call them a cunt and move on.
Well, I want to steal something from Jimmy Carr.
Oh,
Exactly. Well, I'm not. He said, "I'm not going to make fun of a Muslim. I'm not that fucking stupid. I'll end up with a bomb. They're getting bombed. What's a Jew going to do? Forgive me?"
Yeah.
And ultimately, he's right. What it's coming from is a place of fear. It's easier to hate them, to hate the Jewish
it's not
faith.
easier. It's safer. It's safer because you're not going to get Charlie Hebdo'd if you.
It's like talking about Christians online. No one's going to say anything.
I mean, when's the last time you seen a Jewish person behead someone because they ate beef?
I don't know. You spend more time with Angela than I do.
Off the top of my head, I would have to say that's a David and Goliath situation.
Yeah.
So would that make Angela Goliath or would it make James Goliath? I don't know.
Hey.
No,
just
I meant
depends on
that
who
you
wants to
beheading
strap
somebody.
that day.
That's what I know of for certain is when David cut off Goliath's head. Beyond that,
yeah.
If you've ever seen someone use like that's actually been trained in how to use a freaking rock and a sling, you can't kill a motherfucker with one of those.
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
But that's my whole point. Is that since 9/11, it's been easier to. Okay, these guys will hurt us if we say anything negative about them.
Bro, we already know the easiest ones to make fun of are Christians.
Mm-hmm.
I stand corrected. Angela would be David. He was the Jew.
I mean, it's
Thank you, Angela. But see the problem
You got to remember,
is,
for James, he's not trying to get beheaded; he's trying to get headed.
Yeah.
He's trying to cross the River Jordan.
I think it's amazing that he's such an influential basketball player that they named a river after him. That's insane.
Exactly. Michael Jordan is just everywhere.
Yeah, he got
is
whole
the country of Jordan.
Yeah. He's very influential. I don't know why. I don't know what's so special about him in particular. He was very talented.
I don't think it's him. I think it was Michael B. Jordan. I think he's such a phenomenal actor that they named the river after him.
No, Michael B. Jordan got named after Michael Jordan. You can tell they had to add the B to make sure that he's not the same person. He wouldn't think he's the same person. We're like, what? Michael Jordan did a movie other than Space Jam? I gotta see this.
Oh, it's just Michael.
Maybe B is the verb, not the letter. It's like Michael B. Jordan. He's like whatever Jordan is, he's doing. He be Jordan.
No, maybe it's Michael B. Jordan, and B is better. So he's Michael Better Jordan.
No. It's like the sequels that go to Full Moon Production Studios.
Mm-hmm.
They're B movies. Budgeted.
So it's like great.
The B Jordan, the budgeted Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So is there a possibility we can get a Z Jordan?
There is no letter Z, so no.
Well,
Let me
Gary,
translate that to Tari speak. Z Jordan.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Zed Jordan?
See, look, the police are after Tier for saying Z instead of Z.
My bad. Let me say it again. All right, where was I? I think I read that one. No, all right. Take down your fucking fake news tweets. Rescind your fucking comments. Rescind your fucking fake news statements. The True Romance actor film. He was in True Romance? What the fuck? You're in government, motherfuckers. The Squad is the biggest fucking squad of Jew haters in the United States government that has ever seen. He barked. Rescind those fucking statements, you fucking Jew, you fucking sick Jew haters, you. God damn it. Rappaport said he has no problem criticizing Democrats. Don't get it twisted. My Rappaport noted, I ain't a fucking Democrat. You can sure as fuck fool me. I ain't a Republican. I don't like any of you. I don't trust any of you.
No, you just
Hamas authority accused. Huh?
So now he just throws the Democrats when he can.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Hamas authorities accuse Israel of carrying out an airstrike on the Arab hospital in Gaza, allegedly killing over 500 people. However, the IDF vehemently denied bombing the hospital. Also, U.S. intelligence officials have determined that the blast at a Gaza hospital was caused by Palestinian fighters. Video footage appeared to show a failed rocket slam back to the ground shortly after launch. Wow.
Yeah.
Like
that was the Downsy unit of Hamas.
Like with the blue gumballs, is that?
Uh-huh.
No, that wasn't the Downs unit. That was the incest unit. They're missing the 2 chromosomes.
You know who their leader was, right? Chunk.
Hey man, don't put that on Chunk.
You guys.
We all know that they were trying when they were trying to say Allahu Akbar, like Arrega.
Oh God, we're going to hell for this one. I'm done reading this shit. This is just.
I was on the corner Friday night, already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But honestly, Michael Rappaport, who gives a shit?
Again, I say this again. They're seeing the true colors of the audience. They call they're reaping the seeds they sow. You surround yourself with these people. You embrace these people. And the moment something you care about now comes under fire, yeah. How to be on the right side of history flow now? Because apparently y'all not on the right side. Y'all about as far right as I am currently. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you change the living document that is the United States Constitution that allows these individuals into our government, this is what you get. You know? Oh, we got to make exceptions for this individual or that group of people. No. It's already covered in the United States Constitution before it was changed.
there was something else in the news that I wanted to bring up really quickly. Did y'all see the debate? Well, not debate, the discussion with Vivek on the Young Turks.
I'm against Vivek.
Huh?
I'm against Vivek.
I still find it hilarious. So, because technically, and I wish I could show you my fingers and my hands, but I'm using air quotes again. Technically, Chank is running against Vivek. And by running, I mean attempting to run.
Well, he can't run because he's not a United States citizen.
He can run.
You're right, and Vivek pointed that shit out. So he was debating Anna Catsbringer with Chank sitting beside her.
James, your mic's being weird.
Oh, sorry.
No,
It's all right.
And Vivek was just destroying them. It's not hard to destroy them, but he would destroy them both. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. Which
Cenk has even said he's not trying to win, though. He's got it in his head that if he gets enough of the vote, like 20% was his thing, that will force the other Democrats to run against Biden. That's what this is all part of his master plan to get Biden out of running again next year.
This man has an overinflated opinion of himself.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
His opinion is very overinflated. Like, honestly, you are a speck of sand on a fucking beach.
The main reason people remember you is because of either you saying right or because of talking about, having sex with animals for their pleasure.
Since you brought up Vivek, and you know that he's a Soros candidate, right?
Yeah.
Because he got Soros money back in the day?
No. It goes deeper than that, dude.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. If you look up all the stuff that Obama said when he was trying to get elected the first time, Vivek is parroting everything he said. He's a plant.
Honestly,
there's actually a famous TikTok about it.
No, but that's good.
The nomination.
No, it's good if he's a plant because now we know the solution: zombies. There was that whole game.
Exactly.
Well, the only TikTok I saw pointed out how it's back in the day during one of his things, he had taken some money over a decade ago, but they didn't have anything currently of that. And him saying something similar to Obama doesn't necessarily automatically make him a plant. It would have to
money
be more
took money
recent.
from was for education stuff, I believe, and it wasn't from George Soros.
It was a Soros Foundation grant, but when you're the head of the foundation, you're going to tell me you don't pick the winner of your grant?
Not necessarily in that whole thing, because at that point he wasn't looking at him most likely to be a political figure. I mean, you could be right, but you're also making quite a bit of mental gymnastics from what I've seen in there. Like I said, that doesn't mean you don't have to be leery of him. You want to be leery of him? Dude, full support. Not a problem with it whatsoever. But it's that whole thing of that TikTok I saw, we're talking that money that went to him over a decade ago. People can change. Now, he could be straight indoctrinated into it. I don't know. From what we've seen, he's not there. But I'll at least say this. He's making good meme-worthy material.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and you look at it as I would say if it was a matter of getting an expensive education paid for by a person I dislike on all levels, pretty much, I'd look for ways to take Soros's money to fund something that's otherwise going to be leaching out of my pocket badly, and then
I'll still say
fashion it into a knife to stab him in the back.
With the way things are going as well, a lot of the Democrats and everything have wanted to label, people like myself that don't agree with them as domestic terrorists. So, in that whole thing, where's my CIA money to buy guns?
Yeah, no joke.
You're not Vin Diesel.
FBI, just want to put this out there. I mean, if you're looking for somebody to give guns to create an incident, I can fill the first half of that.
No,
I'll
but
gladly
think,
take the guns.
I mean, you should definitely. I'm not asking for the guns necessarily. I want the money to buy the guns, because then I can at least choose what I want.
I just had a really good idea. So what you do is you get the money from Soros, but then you do literally anything he disagrees with. Now you're a terrorist, and he funded it.
There we go.
Boom.
Boom.
You can get him for funding terrorism.
Bam. Camel, are you there?
Yeah.
God damn it.
What?
He's there.
No,
I
you're
mean,
right.
we know your
give me a
internet's
second, my friend.
shit.
My internet is shit. Don't gotta point out every time.
And Camel is a lot softer than everyone else. Like compared to everyone else, his audio is a lot lower.
His mic is just not picking up as hot or as high or something like that.
So another thing I wanted to bring up, like there was this climate change protest in fucking France, I think, and this grandma, this nun tackled a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, the fucking French nun that tackled an environmental protester.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the video of that shit?
I didn't see the video. I heard about it.
Oh, Sinatra played in AAA yesterday, and he played it like 3 times because that shit was hysterical. Because like she doesn't straight up like, she doesn't like straight up Bobby Boucher like from The Waterboy, dude. But she has that whole thing like she grabs him, and at first, he's got this whole look like, aha, I'm gonna get it. He's like, I'm gonna walk this off, and then you can just see that in an instant it changed from, oh shit, I'm being pulled, and him just be pulled straight.
Grandma got the power of the Lord.
It was brilliant.
Fucking up motherfuckers for Jesus.
That's almost as good as like the bus driver or a semi-truck driver that I guess also had like fucking immigrants or like refugees or some shit in his truck, and it was just he just drove really slow and wouldn't stop for just stop oil. He just kept driving really slow, pushing them. They're like, oh, if there's like 8 of us in front of this 18-wheeler, we can get it to stop. And it's like, you're gonna lose.
Y'all seen wrestling before, right? Y'all remember Steve Austin?
Yep.
Which Steve Austin are you talking about? The $6 Million Man or Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
I know I'm being a smartass in that one. And besides, you also have to remember, wrestling's still going on, my dude.
I know. Yeah. Austin 3:16, and the Lord saith, "Live the smacketh downest on his candy ass."
I believe Austin 3:16 says, "I just whipped your ass." I think that's the canonical passage.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I think that was from the Book of the Rock. I'm sorry.
It was. You got the 2 mixed up.
I try to avoid reading the New Testament of WWE.
Yeah. See, but I thought the original incarnation of Austin 3:16 was do to someone else or do to somebody before they can do to you.
Mm-hmm.
But this again, people are getting. I bring this up to say people are getting tired of those little shits. Those shits. Just Stop Oil got a group of their protesters almost got fucking crushed by a fucking bus. People are literally pulling them out the streets by their hair and just like going off on them. Like
there's like sports cars that are turning around, backing up, and just putting their exhaust right fucking to them.
Yeah, like I want to know how do they think that doing this would win public support? Like your actions are making people angrier, and you're losing the argument because people are pissed.
Well, I will say this for them: they do have conviction. They're not like some of these other protesters that are just out there on keyboard warriors, and that's it. They're actually getting out there and doing something. Granted, it's a wrong message, but I give them points for their conviction.
I think they're completely missing the target in that they're protesting average people. Like their actions are inconveniencing average people, and like their grievance is not with the average people. So why are they pissing off the people that they're trying to turn into allies? Like if I'm driving to get somewhere and you block the road and make me late, I am not on your side. I don't care what your message is. I now dislike you and will disagree with you on principle.
The reason's
like,
really
yeah,
simple, Terry.
Would you say, Camel?
The reason's pretty simple. They go after those people because they went after the people that are actually responsible. Those people can afford to pay people to shoot them.
Agreeing, but see the problem again. You're still pissing off.
That's
the people
why they're
you
inconveniencing working class people and not
Yeah, but it's counterproductive. It's not helping their cause. It's actively harming it.
Neither is getting shot.
Yeah, which is why they should do nothing. That would be a better option.
This is why you don't see feminists in third world countries like the Middle East protesting for women's rights.
I think they should put their money where their mouth is. Gay Pride Festival straight through the middle of the Gaza Strip.
I would support that. I would help fund that. If honestly,
I'd sling them $50 to make that happen.
Yep,
I would too.
But I was gonna say, because I was going to grab a drink, is like it's kind of like during the Black Lives Matter shit, when they were like stopping people on the roads. Like, you're not bringing people over to your side.
No,
but, all right, so this is
first thing that comes to my mind when quote unquote protesters start stopping traffic is the LA riots. That really burned its place into my brain.
Oh, you talking about after the Rodney King incident?
Yeah.
Especially when two dudes pulled a guy out of the fucking semi and then brained him with a brick.
There is
Reginald Denny.
If there are people illegally blocking the road and trying to stop you, they cannot have any motive or intent that is good, beneficial, or safe to you.
Correct.
Yep, this is the reason why I always say, and I shouldn't say I always say, but I do agree with the whole saying of stay strapped or get clapped.
All gas, no brakes. Hit the wipers.
Goddamn straight.
But see,
hey man, Rain-X on your windshield will help blood come off faster than you realize.
But see, that's the problem. Like y'all said, like you aren't bringing people together. You're inconveniencing everybody, and now you're creating a hazard. Like, remember that shit where they were marching down the fucking freeway?
Oh, I honestly think if they march down the freeway, if they get hit by a vehicle, the freaking they shouldn't be able to be sued by the family. The motorist should be able to sue the family for damaging their vehicle because they fucking
something like that
Darwin
did happen.
and let them fucking selves, be a hazard.
Say that,
but
and like that, the trauma of I just had to deal with something that should never happen on the highway, and I either severely injured an idiot or killed them.
Yep.
Yeah. Something like that did happen.
Compensated for that.
Something like that did happen. Like they were marching down the freeway, and I believe one of them got hit by. I think got killed. I could be wrong. Like,
it was two girls.
Yeah.
2 girls got hit by I think it was a black immigrant, which is why it didn't stay in the news very long.
That's not surprising.
But it was during a BML protest where they were literally walking down the fucking highway.
It was the middle of the night too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like broad daylight.
Middle of the night, no reflective coloring, in the middle of the fucking road. Because like
he launched it like a good, what was it, like 30, 40 feet?
I don't remember. The only one I remember is it's when it was on a corner or whatnot on a regular road, and some chick fucking screams at a dude in a truck because he honked his horn, and someone threw a fucking traffic cone at her and hit her, straight in the fucking dome.
I remember that one.
I love that.
I remember where a woman tried to claim she was set on fire in her car by white supremacists, and there was no fire, no burn on her, nothing. The car was fucking immaculate. Like he threw some sort of accelerant on her, and like it lit her up.
Well,
She died 37 times.
It got better.
And that's why Hamas is saying there's 500 people, because there was 5 people that all died 100 times.
Oh, makes sense. It makes sense. I remember ALC was killed on January 6th. She told us on January 7th. Her girl told us on January 7th. Like, but these activists, these people do not help themselves. They don't bring people to their cause. They don't make allies. They're just pissing off the normies who they want on their side. When Just Stop Oil attacked, I think it was the Louvre, and they attacked the painting of the sunflowers. When they threw tomato soup, I think they threw on it.
Was this when they attacked like the Van Gogh paintings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They
like.
I mean, they could have. They could have gone meta and threw soup in an Andy Warhol, but no.
I mean, they could have.
But that would require them to come to America.
They could have at least went smarter than that and like went to an art supply store and threw fucking tomato soup at the goddamn oil paint instead of going to a painting that's already been done like 100 fucking years ago.
Well, see, the problem is a famous painting and they wanted to draw attention. However, that thing is protected. Like the glass on that shit is unbreakable. Like bullets couldn't get through that motherfucker. So it did nothing. They just wiped it off. But it's the fact that they did that. You're pissing people off. You are. Remember when the chick went to Piers Morgan and he fucking destroyed her? And he said, like, y'all are just...
No, I don't care what the British have to say.
Yeah.
No, this was over an activist thing, and it wasn't a chick, it was a dude.
You notice that these activists, though, they're, supposed activists, they're not dumb enough to try and...
do that shit in China?
Well, no, I was thinking more along the lines of, I've been to the National Archives and such. They're not trying to do anything like that to the U.S. Constitution or the Declaration of Independence or anything, because
those weren't made with oil.
Those
weren't made with oil.
Yeah.
Well, they were made by white supremacists, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's the next best thing.
Well, I mean, at the National Archives, the worst that you could get would be like PETA trying to give back the Constitution. Because it's made on sheepskin.
Yeah, the parchment and everything, but that with all the security there and everything,
they wouldn't make it 20 feet.
One, you're not going to get close to actually doing anything, and two, there's security there that will take you down.
Oh yeah, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My job is to make sure that this piece of parchment here is valued more than your life.
But see, the problem is these assholes, and I keep coming back to it.
Well,
these are trust fund babies. All of them are trust fund babies. Like, nobody with a fucking real job is doing this. Look at it. It's all old people, scientists, doctors, motherfuckers that got far too much time on their hands and absolutely nothing to fucking do.
Fucking white girls that don't have anything to do.
College students with vast amounts of wealth that can just like take time off and we're gonna go protest.
To pull a Ralphie May joke, yeah, why do we need oil? We take the bus.
It's people with enough money that they've got the luxury to get offended by nonsense. Like, if you're
people that are comfortable enough to be stupid.
Yeah, if you're struggling day to day, this is not on your mind. It's a serious concern. You're wondering how you're going to get food on the table and pay your bills. You need a certain amount of luxury in your life to be able to afford bullshit beliefs like this.
And
the average person, when they think of just stopping oil, it's stopping the price of a gallon of gas going up. They don't.
Yes, that's more important to most people.
Or
They're not
maybe
trying
something
to
that
stop
they'll-
oil. They're trying to stop it from being so goddamn
or maybe that
expensive.
they'll make some of the other vehicles and whatnot that are supposed to be bigger and stronger, more fuel efficient, not realizing that to have vehicles that have such shitty gas mileage, they have to be bigger.
this is my
Right.
thing.
Yeah, those, you get to that one. You get the all of those fuel efficiency standards are killing people because we've hit the point where the only way to make it more efficient is to make it lighter, less durable, less safe.
Yeah.
No, they've got ways to make it more efficient, and that whole thing. The oil companies actually don't really want you to do that because like the smartest thing that they would do in that whole situation would be to stop the production of gasoline for the most part, other than where it's needed, and all vehicles would go diesel because it's actually easier for them to manufacture diesel than it is to do gasoline.
Rotten.
And of course, California's gone the absolute opposite direction. They've got so many grades of gasoline that it's impossible to manage.
Yeah. And then it also doesn't help that instead of also doing that as well, creating more hybrids that aren't as ugly as a Prius and, are bigger and more likely to do well in colder climates.
Oh, by the way, I'm glad you brought up Prius. I was having a conversation earlier today.
Jay,
with
did you buy a
Andrew.
Prius?
No. Have you ever seen somebody try to rev up a Prius? It sounds a lot like a Chihuahua that just got its paw smashed.
Best Prius I ever Best Prius
You don't
I ever
want a
saw was a
Prius
picture of
anyway.
it. No, best Prius I ever saw before had a sticker on the window that says, "I'm only driving this to save money to buy more guns and ammo." And I was like, respect.
Respect,
I will have to respect that.
And if you have one Prius, do you have two Pri?
No, it's Pri, I'm sure.
Okay, so you have two Pri. Or is it like moose? You can have one moose or you herd a moose.
Okay. I feel like some asshole stories.
You don't want a Prius anyway because they made it a little too easy to steal the catalytic converter on those. The only thing that's worse right now is getting a Hyundai or Kia.
Oh, Lord.
Because there you don't steal the catalytic converter, you steal the whole car.
Yeah.
All right, don't get me started with the Kia shit and Brandon Johnson's stupidity. Oh, fucking hell. People of fucking Chicago, when are you going to recall this asshole? Your city is burning down around.
I mean, honestly, they need someone in there who's not a Democrat, and I don't know why they keep voting in any like that same thing. Like, we're gonna vote for someone who's gonna do something better for us. Well, all the options you voted in are the fucking same thing. It's like, voting for McCarthy.
We're going to solve the arson problem in our city by painting every house with gasoline and giving every arsonist we know matches.
Genius. I like it.
Bravo.
Look, you can't
Just
have
out of
crime
curiosity.
with nothing left to steal.
Yes.
Do you think the DNC is starting to reconsider their position on Fetterman? Because this dude has had some right wing takes here recently. Have you seen him? Some of the stuff he said.
Well,
no, I
you know,
haven't.
maybe
But if
his
he goes
voting
too right
reactivation-
wing, they'll just give him another stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not the
I'm sitting here. I'm starting to look at Fetterman, going, maybe his window licking days are starting to clear up.
I say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. I can't wait for Biden to announce him as his VP. and we can have a Biden Fetterman ticket, and there's a potential for a President Fetterman.
Well, you can't have Biden as a VP. He served 2 terms.
No.
Fetterman's going to be the VP on there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fetterman's going to be VP, and then if Biden should happen to have another stroke or whatever the hell he has, and he should fall in the line, we can get President Fetterman. No words. Come on. That's the ticket I want. That'll be a historic ticket. Both of them are fucking brain dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one, dog. It's gonna be a no for me.
The memes alone. The memes. Think of the memes.
Man, I guarantee you, if I was president,
God,
I would be the first. I mean, first off, me wearing a suit. I'm gonna wear. I would be like Steve Harvey. I'd be wearing purples and reds. That'd be President Kool-Aid Man. I guarantee you.
Oh, if I somehow made president, I'd show up dressed as a pimp on the first day.
Oh yeah.
Crunch velvet and velour suits.
Fucking chalice and all.
Full chinchilla suit.
Yep.
With the pimp hat and the cane.
And I am definitely finding those platforms that have goldfish in them.
just like the Denzel in American Gangster.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm
Had a
gonna
pair of gloves, been like, yeah, these
dress-
are baby seals, cooked to myself.
I'm gonna come dressed as Buckwheat from fucking Little Rascals. Yup. With the suspenders. I'm gonna say, shit. New sheriff's in town.
I'd probably
making
still
all
do
fucking
my
fun.
standard black on black thing, but I'd trick it out by adding bright colors and phosphorescent paints. You'll go on looking like a Jackson Pollock.
God damn. Coming there with a tie-dye suit on. That's what I'm talking about. It's gonna be a tie-dye suit.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, I would look like I would be finding who Steve Harvey's tailor is. But look me up. I'll be President Kool-Aid Man. I don't care.
If I ever become president, my first act as president is this: if you're not from here, get the fuck out. You ain't got to go home, but get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, my foreign policy would be fuck around and find out.
Thou art fucketh around, thou shalt find it out.
Mm-hmm.
The only other laws I'd be trying to change to where I'd be making it federal, if I could, is the whole thing of like if someone breaks into your house and you end up killing them in self-defense, that or because of castle doctrine or whatever, their fucking family can't sue you and be like, well, they didn't have to kill my baby. Well, your baby didn't have to fucking break into someone's house.
An old story that reminded me of. You remember when the black kid broke into the grandma's house and she was sitting in her rocking chair and she blew him away with her shotgun?
No, but
and the mother
I had no issue with it.
So the mother got on TV. Well, how else was he supposed to get his money?
Oh no, that reminds me.
Get a fucking job.
Reminds me of a
What?
deal up in. Reminds me of a case in Broken Arrow. Like a group of teenagers broke into a house and a dude, was at home asleep, grabbed his AR when he woke up, heard, the commotion, shot all 3 of them dead. And one of their grandfathers got on the news talking about how, it wasn't a fair fight. It's like, yeah, there were 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it's not like they, were just broke in. Like they had brass knuckles and stuff with them too.
It's not like they broke in. We're like, how about thee, my nigga?
Wait, thou shalt have a duel, yon Negro, and we shall decide thine fate at 20 paces. No, but see, that's the problem. You spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Yeah.
Look at the shit that's happening. Go ahead.
And that kind of brings me to my point on what my domestic policy would be.
I want to hear that.
Play stupid games. We got stupid prizes.
James, I'm going to do something really quick. Don't be mad at me. I can't do it.
James Colley for president.
Yeah. Oh, I've unfortunately I've got to vote for Frosted, and I think is it Thierry's his running mate?
No, it's Moonshock is his running mate, but I'm his secretary of I think I was his secretary of education.
Oh, whoever his cabinet is, I'm voting for Frosted. But if I got a second vote, you would get it, James.
Oh, well, thank you.
Giving all those stories reminds me of a situation a handful of years back where it was a granny in Detroit and multiple kids trying to break her door in, and she warned them multiple times that she's armed. That door, the door got a few bullet holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the chief of police in Detroit is like, yeah, exactly. This is why we tell people they should be armed, and it's perfectly legal.
Again, you. What's the words I'm looking for? If you get shot in the commission of a crime, if I were president, if you get shot in the commission of a crime and you die, oh fucking well.
Sucks to be you.
And I don't care what crime it is, stealing, murder, whatever it is, you're speeding. You fucked around. You found out. My policy would be if you got shot in the commission of a crime and you should die, you haven't died, whether it's by cop or citizen that is involved in the incident, like you broke into someone's house and they shot you dead. That's not no one can see you. That's not a punishable offense. There is no okay. And he broke into his house and he shot him dead. Oh wow, let's take the body and go.
Here's your public service announcement. Do not attempt tax evasion or jaywalking in Dear Alexander's America.
Do not.
Do not.
I hate Scott laws. I hate them. Go ahead.
I hate to burst your bubble on one thing. I'm with you in all cases except rape, because honestly, I do not want to get into someone's love life. But I'm with you on everything else, I mean, up until the point of rape.
If someone's raping somebody and they get shot dead, you don't want them to.
Well, like I said, who am I to get in between their love life?
All right. Okay. All right. I
think you broke Tier.
I did.
He's trying to process that.
Tier EXE has shut down and it requires a reboot. Hold on a second.
I heard the stutter and I win.
I need to reboot my hard drive because that one just, James, you are a terrible human being and I love you, my friend.
I know. I try.
Do you see your headline under your name?
Yeah, President Nelson.
Let me see.
You don't see your headline?
Yes, I do. And I concur.
But let's do an asshole story in honor of James. I have a few pulled up and ready to go. Thank you, Frosted, for the archive site, because I've now started using this archive site because because I can. And I got a few
Don't
asshole
Frost
stories.
will only encourage him.
You should play
Frosted
for
does not need any encouragement. In fact,
Exactly.
Frosted should get every amount of discouragement you can throw that direction.
I'm going to post in chat so people can follow along. Zeroing out the asshole scale to 0, making sure.
Yeah,
before
but
you begin,
Angela's not on the stream tonight, so the scale's going to have to go from like 5 to 15 or something like that.
Yeah, like wow.
we'll just go 0 to 20.
You know what? We're gonna fudge the numbers and we're gonna zero it out to 5. 5 is the lowest it can go.
That makes perfect sense.
I'd say 3. Good prime number.
All right, we'll drop it to 3.
5 is also a prime number.
But I like 3
Yeah.
better.
And according to young Sheldon, 0 doesn't exist.
Look. All right. Am I
We're
the
not
asshole
trying to
for
go
not?
there. Don't be retarded.
Wait. All right.
Okay.
And hello, Kefki, and everyone else out in chat land.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to chat because I've actually been doing a little thumbnail work for tomorrow. Trying to step up my game a little bit.
Let's see, we got a Kefki, we got a Terry, we
Hope
got a
everyone's doing well.
Sean, we got an Angela, we got a Will. And that's about it. Well, half of y'all are all here watching and listening.
Well, hello to everyone in chat except that Terry guy. He sounds like a jerk.
See, and I can try to say hi to a lot of different people, but I feel like I need either a voice changer or a helium blue to say hi to Kefki.
Kefki is awesome. I love her voice.
Oh, definitely. I got nothing but good to say there. That ranks right up there with I'd listen to James Earl Jones or Morgan Freeman read the phone book, for crying out loud. Kefki can join that group.
Exactly. I mean, just and then her
Before he
her
died,
guy Latimer. I haven't decided if he's real or not.
I mean, you just always got to remember, you can go to Kefki's Twitter to always find a good palette cleanser in that whole thing. And for her, she gets the...
I think in terms of voices, you can't go past Gilbert Gottfried. Shame he died, but before he did, best voice in the industry.
Well, I mean, he ranks in there. I'd listen to him read anything too. So I mean, they should have done the same thing. That we're just gonna have him start reading off words from the dictionary with inflections so that we can like paste them in different places.
It's one of the things I still will give the Lego Movie credit for is in one of their extra scenes and whatnot. They have the Lego that's played by Morgan Freeman. It's just like he's like, and now he'll read from the phone book. And he starts going through. He's like, listen, and it's Morgan Freeman with something like, listen to those sultry tones or something.
Yeah. Am I cutting out, or is everybody, or is
He got kind of quiet for a moment there. I think Tier is still broken.
Yeah,
trying to figure shit out.
Oh,
Okay.
he's muted. So
Oh,
Hello?
yeah.
hello,
Right.
you're not muted now. Are you
All right, sorry
unbroken
about
now?
that. Yes, I'm unbroken. Biodor's dad and I relationship did not end on good terms, and while I tried my best to keep the children out of it, he did not agree and attempted to get the kids to side with him. He went on a smear campaign against me.
So he tried so hard and got so far.
Mhm.
In the end, it didn't even matter. While he didn't accomplish his goals of getting them to want to be with him, He was successful in training my relationship with my daughter. I tried therapy and every possible, but once she was old enough to refuse, she stopped participating. I remarried when my bio daughter was 13, and my husband had a daughter who was 2 years younger than my bio daughter. Since the beginning, the girls did not get along. At first, bio daughter was the one instigating, but eventually in their teen years, the hate became mutual. Both girls are now in their mid-20s. Their relationship hasn't gotten any better. Bio daughter is getting married next year, and she's having a fairly large wedding. Since I knew since the beginning that my stepdaughter was not in the wedding party, but everyone assumed that she was at least invited to the ceremony. While talking about the wedding, the topic of stepdaughter was brought up, at which point my daughter said that stepdaughter wasn't invited. I asked why her reasoning was that she wanted an intimate wedding. This would normally be reasonable response, except for the fact that even friends that she hadn't seen since elementary school are invited, but her stepsister is not. I pressed her and said she said the reason she isn't inviting her because she's not family. I said if stepsister isn't family, then neither is stepdad and her half sibling, and by proxy, I'm also not family. So if it's a family only wedding, then there's no point in me attending. She obviously got upset and started screaming and ended up leaving. She told her aunts and grandparents and everyone that I'm saying I'm an asshole for refusing to attend the wedding. You kinda.
Yes, you are, but so is literally everyone else in the story. So,
well, I think she made a mistake by saying the stepsister is not invited because she's not family. That's not the reason. Everyone knows that's not the reason. If she just come out and said, well, she's not invited because I fucking hate that bitch, then the stepmother would have no grounds to say, well, then
it's not a stepmother.
No, it's not the stepmother. This is the bio mom.
Oh,
this
that doesn't make
actual
sense
mother.
then. That doesn't make sense then. Because if she's saying you can't come because you're not family, then the bio mom can't turn around and say, well, by that logic, I'm not in. Well, of course you're invited. You're the mother. That doesn't make sense. So yes, she is an asshole. Not for turning down the invitation, for not making any sense in her pettiness.
Yeah, there's nobody.
It's her fucking wedding.
Assuming this is accurately presented, there's nobody in this story as far as bio mom, bio dad, stepsister, and bio daughter. There's nobody in that group that is below an 8 or 9 on the scale. They all are. But yeah, you are for this.
Okay.
Just to address Kefki, she says, aren't weddings usually family only? I think most people would consider step family part of the family. Well,
Yeah.
at least around here, I mean, I would. Like, if I got married, not that I would, but I would invite my stepbrothers and my stepsister and my stepfather.
But see, that's the problem. Like, the relationship between you and your stepfamily is different from hers. Like, she doesn't like her she never said anything about her stepfather. I'm assuming the stepfather is invited. But she does not like stepfather.
No, I'm just saying that Kefki's saying, aren't they usually family only? It's like, yes, but a lot of people would include their step family as part of their actual family. So
they're typically, I mean, in the US at least, they're typically much more than family. It's typically family and friends.
Yes, family, friends, plausibly coworkers. It's people who are close to the people that are getting married.
Yeah, I mean,
or people that have a reason to be invited.
Oh, no, I've got no friends in real life, so it would just be my family. And
I would invite you to my funeral.
I mean, okay, when I say I've got no friends, I mean in my real life. Like
in his life outside of stream.
No one that would change continents.
He doesn't have friends offline.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm saying
in some cases, I wouldn't necessarily blame you.
No, but like every single friend I have, I need an internet connection to interact with.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm, j- I'm not entirely against the bride on this because I didn't invite my biological father to my wedding.
No,
He was barred.
I think you have the right to invite whoever you want and to
Yeah.
and to not attend. Like you don't have to accept an invitation just because it's given to you. So, like you're allowed to not invite someone, and you're allowed to say, "Well,
Oh,
I'm not coming."
that was like somewhere in England. It was that basically as a laugh, the couple invited the Queen of England before she died to their wedding, and she
Yeah.
showed up.
It's nice.
Really?
Because, like,
Yeah.
at my dad's funeral, I didn't invite one of his sisters because I knew he didn't want her there.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
So yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
but-
if the bio daughter doesn't want the stepdaughter there because they hate each other, then yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
invite her. That makes perfect
And
sense.
And it's the bio daughter's fucking wedding, so it's between her and the groom of
Yeah.
who they're gonna invite. Like the bio mom or anyone else being like, you have to invite this person or whatnot.
No, they don't.
That means that either they can't let their parents are running their life, which means like, well, you have
Probably not
issues.
ready to get married at that point.
Yeah.
It also
shit.
depends. Did the stepdad pay for the wedding?
Well,
Doesn't
from the story, from the story that's presented, she only has a problem with her stepsister. Like it doesn't say the relationship. Now I could be missing context, but it doesn't say the relationship with the stepfather. Apparently, maybe they have a good relationship. Maybe she has a good relationship with her half siblings. And if she does not like the stepsister, she is not obligated to invite the stepsister, like Tari said.
Yeah.
Out,
Now,
and the stepmom.
See,
But-
I do think it's a mistake for the mother to turn down the invitation to her own daughter's wedding for such a ridiculous reason. But I mean, if she has decided, look, if you don't invite your stepsister, then I'm not coming either. I mean, she can do that. You don't have to accept the invitation. I just think she will regret not going to that wedding. If she actually doesn't attend, she will regret that, probably for the rest of her life.
Well, they already have a strained relationship. Again, like from everything
Even
context.
Even with a strained relationship, I think you would regret not going to your daughter's wedding. Because I mean,
I'm
assuming
sure.
this is like an actual wedding, like once in a lifetime, not 5 times in 5 years. As long as it's like a serious wedding that is expected to be forever, then yeah, you will regret not going to that
Night,
wedding.
Angela.
Good night,
Yeah,
Angela.
otherwise the best man, he's gonna be at the next wedding. Like, so
Sweet dreams.
happy to see y'all here again.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if it's like a celebrity wedding where it's expected to last 15 minutes, then okay, no, you won't regret not turning up. But if it's like a serious thing, like what a wedding is meant to be, where you are now committed for life, yeah, that mother would regret very deeply not attending that wedding.
Yeah, I mean, and she's clearly indicating that, at least according to her, she is not desirous of her relationship with her daughter to be strained and everything, but she is straining it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get on a plane to go to any of my kids' weddings, and flying is not something I do for any reason. It's like running. I don't do it.
Yeah,
Well,
if one of my
Frank.
step-siblings got married, I'd go to the wedding. Like, assuming I was invited, but there's no reason to think I wouldn't be.
But again, I think the mother's an asshole. I think the daughter's well within her right. Even though it's a little mean of what she said, it doesn't stop her. She's well within her rights.
Oh,
Just said it.
daughter is within her rights, and I will roll back a little bit. If the daughter is expecting stepsister to cause drama if she's there or to try and be disruptive, then definitely not at all for not inviting. But if it's just, hey, I don't like her, you're a little bit. It's I get it. It's your day. you should be able to make, as much as you have the financial means and the wherewithal to do it, you should be able to make it whatever you want. But she is family.
Yeah. I think it's bitchy not to invite the stepsister. There's no, like, she's within her rights not to invite her, but it is still a bitchy thing to do.
Unless this is like a Cinderella story, there's really no reason not to, unless she's a total bitch.
Yeah, if she's expecting, if she's got reason to expect stepsister to pull the evil stepsister there, it's like, okay, we don't like each other, we don't get along, but in a formal family event, she can behave herself and is going to be, decent.
Depending on the type of person that the stepsister is, it could even be a good olive branch moment to invite her to the wedding.
Yeah.
To kind of show that despite our differences, we are still family, kind of thing.
Yeah. The whole
obviously,
thing of, like, this is supposed to be
totally psycho,
my day of everything, and that whole thing. Now, if the stepsister's gonna like show up in, some slutty ass gear to make herself the center of attention, then yes, don't invite her.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it. We're lacking a little bit of context in that, but it's, you get a lot of things where it's, families like, okay, I don't care for my brother. My brother was evil growing up, and he's a little better now, but I mostly tolerate him because I've got a great sister-in-law and an amazing nephew. So, but I wouldn't be going to mess up an event for him just because I don't like him, don't care for him, and that. If I was invited to a special event and could make it and everything, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll come to this event, and I'm going to be on my best behavior just because he's family.
Yeah.
Now there are people who aren't going. They certainly can, but they're not going to be like that.
Yeah.
And I'd invite my brother to family things because, his opinion on most of those things is like indifferent, and he was raised well. So it's like, I'm not even going to, I don't even have an opinion on whether or not I agree or disagree with your life choices on this.
It does.
I may not be able to be there, but if I am, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna try and ruin it.
It does no one any good to cause drama anyway. Like, you might feel slightly better being a vindictive prick, but like, what do you actually get out of ruining someone's wedding besides spite?
And pissing off a whole bunch of people.
Probably a lot of other people who don't care for you much either.
With people you don't need to.
Because, like, unless you're going there and you're going to cause drama because, like, one of the spouses or it's like one of the people getting married is like a cheating whore on the other, and that type of thing, then I can understand it. Of like, look, you wouldn't fucking listen. She slept with you, or it's like she slept with your best man like 20 minutes ago, and you're still having issues, or still want to go through with it.
That sort of thing should probably be brought up before the wedding, not during.
Remember, the best place for drama is to do it right publicly for maximum butthurt. So what's another one? Let's see. So many to choose from. Am I the asshole for reading my ex-girlfriend's diary? Sounds promising.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay.
Well, there is a very little bit of wiggle room in there to say maybe not, but the way the question is phrased doesn't give much hope.
Yeah.
All right, posted it in chat so everybody can read along if they want. Hello. Well, here it goes. I recently broke up with my girlfriend for 10 months. And how I came to this conclusion was really tough. So, to give some context, I was over at her place and we were preparing to watch a movie. I noticed one of her journals was underneath the coffee table. She usually keeps it on the bookshelf. This is where I know I crossed the line, but
So what's the question? The guy admits that he's the arsehole in telling us the story. Like, what's the point of this? He's like, yes, I know I'm the arsehole for doing this, but am I the arsehole? Like, well, you just said you were.
Well, he said he crossed the line, not that he was.
Yeah, but he's accepting fault. He knows he did the wrong thing.
Yeah,
he's accepting some fault, not full fault. At least,
No, he's just completely invading her privacy. So he knows this is like very wrong.
Wait a minute. Let me continue reading. When she went to the shower, I took a look at the journal. Unfortunately, to my surprise,
she went to the shower and you didn't join her. You're definitely an asshole.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
No, this is the ex-girlfriend, so he probably wasn't invited.
She is completely bashing me about my intelligence, not seeing me as a life partner, past occurrences where we had disagreements, and finally, not having the same personal values. After reading this, my heart was broken. I never had anyone say those things about me, nor to my face, especially someone you love dearly. We didn't argue, just have different points of views and upbringings. After the shower, I had to play it cool. Like, I didn't just read my girlfriend was thinking of breaking up with me. I kept my composure, and we had a really great chat that night, and definitely a positive turning about in our relationship. Although I could not bring myself to continue the relationship after reading how she felt about me. I know that what I did was completely out of pocket in line. So you're admitting fault. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like he's repeatedly admitted that he's the asshole.
Yeah.
But what I discovered would have happened either way. She mentioned that she wanted to break up with me.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. He's trying to justify what he did. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out. There's like Terry already said as well. Like, he's going through trying to be like, well, I didn't think it was going to. Doesn't matter. Like, you openly admit that you went in there. It doesn't matter what it said, how bad it was, unless she fucking was talking about how she committed a murder, was planning to kill you and like turn your skin into a purse or something. You're the asshole.
He probably doesn't have skin that's good enough for that usage.
Yeah, like I will say he's not the asshole for ending the relationship. The relationship was doomed anyway.
Yeah.
He just found out. He just got a spoiler warning for the end of the relationship. But reading the diary in the first place, definitely the asshole.
I'm gonna say no innocent parties in this one, but he's definitely.
Again, it falls into that whole thing. Hold on. In this whole aspect, because this is something I've forgotten to bring up before, we're not talking about like whether or not there was any other innocent parties. We're talking about what he did. Was he an asshole for reading the diary? Yes, he was.
Absolutely.
Period. Plain and simple. The rest of it's irrelevant.
Yeah. That's what I said right at the start.
This goes back to the whole thing of like when Monkey had one of those "Am I the Asshole" ones, and it was for the guy who had the Danny DeVito cutout in his thing, and the girlfriend was the one saying, "Am I the asshole?" Because finally, after like 3 paragraphs, she finally admitted that, she told him she didn't want him to lose his job because she didn't want him to lose the money that he was making. Was she the asshole? Yes, she was. The rest of it was fucking irrelevant. But everyone wanted to argue, oh, well, he should have been mature and should have pulled that shit out of there. Well, it's his house. He can do what he wants. They're working from. That's not what we're arguing. Was this person the asshole for what they did? Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
The rest of it is 100% irrelevant.
At the very beginning of the story, this guy admits he's the asshole, and then he admits it again later in the story. It's like, okay, so why are you asking? You accept responsibility for doing the wrong thing. You said it was an invasion of her privacy, but you crossed the line. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's the question?
Like, people.
It's just that whole thing. I kind of get tired of the arguments from like, well, because this was done. No, all of that shit is irrelevant. This was the question that was asked. We're answering that question. Was he the asshole? Yes, he was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's that whole thing of like, someone just trying to justify their reason. Oh, am I the asshole? Well, blah blah. I know I shouldn't have done this. Then you're the asshole, bro.
Say, Sean, I can see that argument, Sean, but at the same time, I work in customer service, and I will get off of a very difficult or hostile contact, and I'll reach out to my supervisor and say, "Hey, can you review this? Because I mean, it really didn't go well, and I'll make sure,
Yeah,
if
that-
I messed
that's-
up on it somehow,
again,
I
that's
want to know how, so I don't make the same mistakes again."
that's a different scenario. That's looking at a whole situation, not a single question.
Yeah, the question is this person an asshole? The answer, by his own admission twice, is yes.
And your
Yeah.
scenario of talking about like, oh, because of having to deal with rude customers and everything. Hey, was I being an asshole in this scenario? Okay, that one encompasses the entire scenario of the phone call, start to finish. It's not, was I an asshole for calling this or for asking or for not asking, but telling this person they were stupid? Yeah, probably.
Oh, come on. I would
You
never
were
tell a
right, but you were
caller that
probably,
they were
but it was still an asshole move.
I would never tell a caller that they were stupid. I would be
Dude,
much
wait.
more subtle about it than that.
No, I mean,
All right, I got another one.
when I worked in customer service, I was never rude to the customers. I mean, it doesn't mean I liked them,
Yeah, but
but
again,
I knew that my job
Yeah.
depended on me not pissing them off
Yes.
more than I had to.
but in this scenario, none of us are a customer service representative.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
allowed to be the raging assholes we are.
Yeah,
We're just assholes on the internet. All right, so stat him up. What'd you give him?
I'd easily
Um,
say a 12.
I'm going to say a 16 because I just wanted to rate the scale a little.
reading the diary is pretty out of line. Like
It
that's
is
private.
it's way up there. Short of her saying, "Oh, hey, I've been journaling for a while. I've got, if you really want to know about me, that's a great way to get a peek into,
Yeah,
I don't know any woman that would specifically say that,
Yeah.
but if she
I'm really fine
offered
with
you,
that.
then it's not a problem. But
Mhm.
if you just notice, hey, this is my girlfriend's journal, this is this gal's diary, whatever, and snooping, oh, you're mid-teens minimum.
All right, let's move on to this one I posted in chat. Am I the asshole for booking a holiday at the same place my sister will be for her honeymoon?
Plausibly.
Plausibly, yeah. The starting question on that is, who booked the location first?
Well, also, what's your reasoning for booking it there? If you heard it was a great place and whatnot, and the interests you have are going to be different than theirs because you expect them to be, in the hotel room banging most of the time, barely coming out of the hotel room, while you're going to go see the sights and be a tourist type thing, and you're not trying to actively be there because this was the time you were able to get vacation. No, you're not an asshole. If you're going there to be a prick to follow them around, you're an asshole.
All right. Let me read. This is a resort that can have 1,000 plus people at once. So not only I'll be keeping. It's not like I'll keep running into them. She told me that she found this great discount deal because it's undergoing maintenance in off season. I don't like swimming in chilly weather, but I like other amenities of the resort. The location is somewhere I always wanted to go, decided to take a look, and found the same deal. Now my sister is pissed at me saying I'm stealing her honeymoon. I have no plans to be hanging out with or paying any attention to them. Am I the asshole? Update. I went to sleep and this had 10 comments and now it has 100. I canceled the vacation with a fee. A lot of people are making tons of assumptions about me. I really didn't understand why it was a big deal. I'm not the center of attention type person. I'm not wearing white to my sister's wedding. I'm not in love with the groom, etc. I generally didn't think it was a big deal. Clearly, it is. Also, I wasn't downvoting comments. I've been that's superfluous shit. All right, I don't think she's the asshole. Like, it's how is she stealing your honeymoon? You can have your honeymoon, and she can do her own thing.
The only thing I have with it that has me taking the needle on this is scheduling it at the same time. Off season is not like a weekend. It's not like a week. Off season in most places, you're talking 1 to 3 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there even for a big resort, is there any reason that when they've got this discount because it's undergoing maintenance, which is not going to be a single weekend thing on a resort that size, and it's off season, which is going to be a month to 3 months, why schedule it with that discount at the same time?
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. There's no reason to do it at the same time as their honeymoon. And James is in backstage.
All right. Sorry about you, James. I don't think she's an asshole for this one on the grounds that, again, she's entitled to go wherever she wants, and just because her sister is going there for her honeymoon doesn't make it any less. Now, are they flying together? Or are they going? Is she going to be up in their ass? Like,
yeah, I mean,
those questions are being answered.
Obviously, she has the right to go to the resort, but I think it's a bit weird to go at the same time as a couple on their honeymoon, because it's going to change the dynamic of the honeymoon. Like, if you've got a family member on the same resort, that changes the mood of the holiday for you, as opposed to just being you and your husband.
And part of the reason for all of it is that special time away from everyone. This isn't, I am not going to run into people we're not going to run into people we know, let alone family members.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
I've got no problem with, hey, she pointed out the discount they got for this resort and for these reasons, and I looked at it and said, hey, that's great. And then I booked to take the trip a week after they're going to be getting home, or a month later.
Or basically, I'm going to get there as they're leaving. So if anything, it's going to be, they're going to be going to get on the airplane to go up, and they'll be like, like, oh, hey, you guys, hope you had a happy honeymoon. That
bump into each other at the airport or something like that.
They're like, oh, have you been here the whole time? No, I just got here. And they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, a little awkward in the honeymoon dynamic, but not as bad as it could be. To specifically go and schedule, unless you're dealing with like, hey, it's the last week of the off season, and it's the last week this discount's available. I'm still, even taking that, I'm like, maybe look at seeing if they do the same thing next year or the year after. The off-season happens every year.
I don't think that changes anything. Even if it's the last week of the discount, it's still weird to chase your sister to her honeymoon. Even if you think you're never going to see them, just the fact that it's a possibility is going to sour her honeymoon. Just knowing that she's not fully alone.
1,000+ people really is a small world.
Yeah.
I grew up in a town that's smaller than that.
No, but my thing is that even if they never see each other, just knowing that she's there is still going to sour the honeymoon, because they're not going to feel like it's their honeymoon away from everyone. It's going to be like, I hope I don't see my sister today.
Yeah. And if you've ever been to like a convention or something, like the resort, it's still only going to be so big, and you're probably not going to be going outside of it. And 1,000 people, you still have a pretty easy chance of running into somebody you know or somebody you've already met.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just saying it doesn't even matter. Like, even if they never see each other, the fact that they could is going to sour the honeymoon, because
Oh, and
it's
I like
totally
this.
different emotion.
I like this comment here. Is clearly there's not going to be thousands of people there because they are undergoing maintenance since the off season. That is the reason behind the special deal price. So your chances are even greater to be there with your sister when she's using the amenities at breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc. Why should she have to actively try to avoid you so she can have a quiet romantic trip with her new husband, or be forced to have meals with you, sit by the pool with you, etc.?
True.
I think Ice Cream Penis, which is an interesting name. I like their comment. Is that the reason is that the sister is getting lots of attention right now, and the original poster found a good way to take something from her as punishment for that. I think that's really all it is.
Yeah, because the only other justifiable thing would be is that like the sister is disabled and you're only going there to help be a caretaker with the husband, like the new husband, which is still
But even then, you would clear that with them first. You wouldn't just surprise them.
No, you would do that by invitation.
Yeah.
Or by, hey, look, just take your sister aside. You're like, hey, look, I know he's going to be taking over these responsibilities and everything, but he's not used to it yet. Would you like to have me nearby to help? And
that'd be totally different. That'd be completely different.
But again, we're going through that whole thing and looking at like, hey, these are ways it wouldn't necessarily be that weird, and instead it's just like,
no,
dude, just go somewhere else for your fucking vacation.
Yeah. The story is written. Yes, she's the asshole.
Yes.
Yeah. Go there another week.
Yeah, it's that easy.
I don't think she's the asshole. And I'm going to tell you what.
Okay.
Because you're being contrarian.
Yeah.
No. No. I've actually got a legit thing here.
I know. I'm just giving you shit, James.
I know. I'm generally a contrarian just to be a contrarian.
Yep.
But because it adds to,
Yeah, I need to make you a sound thing to where it's like, being contrarian for contrarian's sake.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, I actually got good reason here. Whole thing is, yeah, she can take her vacation wherever, and yeah, it's a little weird, but if she says, look, I gotta take her at face value, if she says that she wasn't doing it to be obsessed with her sister, then I'm taking her at her word at it. I think that it's more along the lines of she didn't see the faux pas.
Yeah.
It was probably innocent.
Oh yeah. So asshole? No. Not understanding a social cue and wise. That's something different, So you could.
If she's sincere about not intending to ruin the wedding, if she legitimately doesn't see any reason why this would be awkward, she might be on the spectrum. But I guess if she's sincere, then I can see a bit of wiggle room. Like if she's autistic or something. But most sensible people.
I am, and I still wouldn't do this.
Well, there you go.
But, that's the difference. You see the faux pas and you see why it's a bad thing. This individual says that they don't understand it, that she just wants the really good deal. Now, if they went through, now it's the sister's fault for saying, I'm not going to give you that information because I want to keep this intimate.
Yeah.
I want this little thing for me. But there's different places out there that have different deals similar to this. You might check around on that.
Yeah.
I got one back for y'all.
And explain it.
I think the whole thing could have been solved with better communication. This person went to the sister and said, "Oh, do you mind if I book a flight to the same resort?" And then the sister would say, "No, I'd really prefer that you didn't." And then they can take it from there. They can work out an alternative.
All right, but what if the scenario was she found the deal on her own, and her sister should happen to have the same deal?
I thought her sister was the one who told her.
Her sister is the one.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
If there was absolutely no interaction on it, she went out, she found the deal on herself, booked it, and then found out later that her sister and her sister had that plan for the honeymoon, then no, you're not.
That would be very different, yes.
That's a completely different dynamic. And that actually it hits into one of those comments. Let's see if I find it again, because this Purple Yak 20. Yeah. When I went on my honeymoon, my in-laws accidentally booked the same place as us. We'd had a destination wedding and they wanted to have a little holiday afterwards. We didn't know until we arrived and bumped into each other. It was a massive place like the one you're describing. We still bumped into each other a few times. It was awkward. It didn't really spoil our honeymoon as we were only overlapped a day or two, but I still would not recommend it.
Yeah.
Seriously, just find someplace somewhere else. Don't make your sister's honeymoon awkward. It's if it was complete, even there, I mean, this case, it was completely innocent. It was without. It
was an accident.
It was total accident, and it made things awkward and off balance, off kilter there, and everything. You actually took the situation where you know where they're going.
You know when they're going. You booked the same place at the same time.
Yeah. I think she's an asshole.
But
or super autistic, one of the two. Yeah, I'll give James's argument some credit. She may be so autistic that she doesn't realize this is a problem, but she still should have spoken to the sister about it.
I will give one context conditional for that one, Terry, is if she is that autistic, her sister should have known.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
not to mention it.
Known and said, okay, I'm not going to mention it
definitely.
for this reason. Or, bring it up when we come back. Hey, we had a great time. This place, they have it special because it's the off season and they're going maintenance. I bet you if you wanted to, you could get the same deal for a little while if you want, because I know you've wanted to go there.
Yeah. That would be a better way to handle it. If this woman is so autistic as to not recognize the inappropriateness of what she's doing, that's what the sister should have done.
And there's no circumstance in this day and age where biological siblings in the same house can have one of the siblings be that autistic and the other one not aware of it.
Yeah,
that's true.
20, 30 years ago, easily happened. Today, it ain't happening.
True.
I don't think she's that autistic because she clearly has the wherewithal to recognize, holy shit, I fucked up. So, but
she's only writing the story not because she realizes she fucked up. She's writing the story because she's confused by why it was a problem. So it's not like she's like, I did the wrong thing, but I want to justify it. She seems confused.
Yeah.
There's a problem to begin with. So maybe James is right and she's like mega autistic.
All right, if she's autistic, I'll reduce to a 5. But if it's not, I'm going to give her at least the 7.
Yeah, for sure. No, unless she is that autistic that she can realistically deny understanding the social situation, I'm giving her like a 10. Yeah, she's a pretty big asshole for doing that.
Double digits, not high teens, but double digits.
Yeah, for sure.
10 to 12 is fair.
Yeah.
12 is fair. Wow, Will. I see you right on the curve. I'm gonna do two more than you know what to do, Rodden. Next one is I don't want to pay for your kids. That's what I don't want to pay for your kids.
Well, it depends. Should you be paying for the kids?
Yeah,
are they your kids too?
There is, by the question, default plausibility, but there is no leaning one way or another without the context.
Yeah.
I married a man with 2 kids from a previous marriage. We live with mom. They live with mom, sorry. He paid her child support like a good father, which we later found out rarely went to the kids. He didn't like the instability they encountered living with her, so once he was done traveling for his job, he wanted them to come live with us for a while, full time. Now, they weren't abused or anything. Mom just was very self-centered, and the kids would be left with her parents a lot, or she dragged them around to boyfriend's house and made them sleep in the living room. Okay, while they weren't doing well in school. I agree that they needed a better surrounding, but my husband planned that they move out 2 months after I had our first child. Terrible timing. Once having a child of my own, I started to resent having to do anything financially for stepkids. Okay,
Yes,
you are the asshole.
Absolutely.
Yes, you are. The question is now not are you? The question is
how much?
How
far in, how far up the scale are you?
Yep.
All right, the statement I resented having to make you the asshole. I'm going to try to skip.
I'm going to actually say this, and it was before she had her own kids, basically. As soon as she said flat out, I married a man who already had children. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You're the asshole.
Absolutely, yeah.
You went into that relationship knowing what could plausibly happen. Know that at any point, that there was a plausibility that he could end up taking the kid, or that he could end up having sole custody of the kids, or main custody.
She also
and
knew
knowing
that
he had child support beforehand.
Yeah.
No, but she also knew that he was trying to get custody. So not like it surprised her. It's like he was actively trying to get custody of the kids. She still married him. She doesn't get to say, "Oh yeah, but I'm not going to pay for your kids." Jesus.
All right. Let me continue. Which in reality, I shouldn't have to. I didn't make them. Now, since I've bitched at him enough, after a year of stepkids living with us full time, he asks his ex for child support, and she's refusing.
Yeah, he's not going to get a cent of child support from the mother. That's never going to happen.
He's not.
Yeah.
She continues to say she can't afford to send him money, yet has a new car, 2 jobs, and doesn't pay for where she lives.
Fucking court.
Yeah.
She lives with her new husband's house. She even ignored child support paperwork they sent paperwork from the state we lived in.
Yeah, but the courts don't enforce child support against women. They just don't.
No, for that you'll typically need it, and this sounds really weird in that whole thing. You typically need a female judge.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones who aren't going to take women's shit.
Well, they're also the only ones that are going to hold women to account, and at the same time not be automatically called sexist for it.
Yeah.
Hence why I said they're not going to take women's shit.
Or you need a judge that just doesn't fucking give a damn about being called sexist.
They're typically going to side with the woman anyways, unless there's some.
It's almost universal that they side with the woman.
Let me read this last paragraph because this shit is ridiculous. My husband is very passive, and I know he wishes that I just stop complaining and pay for his kids, but I refuse. I refuse to accept they are my financial responsibility. My own child is. I don't want to pay for these kids, and I'm frustrated at their mother that their mother just can choose not to. Am I the asshole for not wanting to deal with this anymore? Not wanting to pay for these kids. It's not them. It's their mother. But I know. Yes, bitch, you are. You just shot up from. You just went from like a 7 to like a 25. Wow, amazing golf clap.
And just this repeated thing. I don't want to pay for him. You said he's got a job. Are you the only one earning money in the household? But you started out only as plausible by the question, though a high plausible. No, you're maxing the scale.
Yeah. While married to this man, you do have a responsibility to take care of those kids. If he's got custody of them, and you live with the husband, like he's your husband, then yes, you absolutely do have to spend money on their kids.
Because
you want to not spend any money on these kids and not be top of the scale, you got to stop being family with them.
Yeah. You have to get divorced.
So, all right, let me explain my line of reasoning. If, say, this was a baby daddy and you had 3 kids and he only took care of his own child while the other kids went without, I wouldn't have an issue. He's a baby daddy. Y'all not together. He's taking care of his responsibility.
It's different if they're not currently together. Well, like if they got divorced, then I would not expect her to still pay for the other woman's kids.
Yes,
but if she married a man with kids, she has to take care of them.
Yeah. Like this isn't the whole thing of like the story to where the woman had like at least it's like one kid with one guy, and then the other kids they didn't really specify who was the father of them. Like he came over to do something with his child, and he brought his child McDonald's. And she got pissed that he didn't bring McDonald's for the rest of them. He's not responsible for that. But in this situation, you're married into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think that he should be responsible for yours, if you two get divorced in that whole scenario, especially if you marry someone else, then yes, you should be responsible for that whole thing. Now, you should probably be looking at like, hey, if you're going to do this, you need to get a better job so that way we can make sure that this is being done there. But we don't even know who the hell the sole breadwinner or priority breadwinner is.
No, I think none of that even matters. All that matters is she married a guy knowing he had kids, that the kids are her responsibility, at least until they get divorced. If they get divorced, then she can wipe her hands of them if she really wants to.
Yeah, she can. But until then, that is your responsibility. And you even if you're not directly financially responsible, you are still responsible.
The bio mother's a piece of shit for not paying child support.
Yes.
But you still have to take care of your husband's kids if they're living with you. You can't just not. That's absurd.
It's not like you can't just fucking, I'm only going to feed my daughter or my kid and not feed you.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
All right, last one. This one I want to read, and I'm going to get smacked. Andrew's going to find me, and she's going to smack me for some reason.
She's already gone to bed. She won't ever find out.
Where is it? I had
This one is just for a reason to get slapped. He likes it.
This is just so dumb. When I read this one, I was like, "You're an idiot." And this one is hilarious. All right, am I the asshole for asking my coworker what would happen if I drank her breast milk?
Yes.
You're definitely creepy.
You're a creepy asshole. Yes. Unless you're going through that whole thing of trying to be like, hey, I've heard this for bodybuilding and whatnot. Would you be willing in that whole thing? Still weird. Still kind of an asshole. Still really fucking weird. But this one is like, if you left your breast milk in the fridge and I drank it, what would you say? It's just like, yeah, dude, you're a weird ass fucking asshole. And you should probably have your archive searched.
Just listen to this. My 20 female coworker, Kate, had a baby a little while ago, and in the break room during lunch yesterday, she was talking about breastfeeding. during the conversation, I asked Kate, hey, so what would happen if I were to drink your breast milk? Kate said, excuse me? I didn't realize that it sounded like a weird question when I didn't hear the train of thought leading up to it. When you didn't hear the train of thought leading up to it. So I tried to explain myself. I mean, is it okay because your baby is related to you, but I'd get sick because I don't have the same bacteria?
Oh,
Kate
he's
didn't
trying to look at this from he's actually trying to look at this from this whole thing, but he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me continue, Rod. Wait a minute.
He's an idiot, and he might actually be one of those autistics that Terry was talking about.
I think
too.
so. From reading this this conversation, I'm leaning towards there's something wrong with this guy.
Because I have spent decades teaching myself to suppress random thoughts like this, as far as don't have it run out of your mouth when it crosses your mind.
Sure.
Kate didn't ask me, but the other coworker, Lauren, then said, well, it can't be that. That's how it works, because then it can't be how it works, because then wet nurses wouldn't be a thing. I've never heard of a wet nurse, and I asked, what's that? Lauren said it's when you hire a nanny who had a baby at the same time as you, so she can also breastfeed your baby for you. But it's like an old-timey thing. So at this point, Kate said, you guys are being dicks and laugh. I found out today.
In this whole situation, I will give, like, I know this dude is obviously listening to our stream for some strange fucking reason. So if this dude can somehow hear me, this is what you do. You go to your coworker. You say, hey, I'm sorry for the awkwardness. I wasn't trying to be a dick. I'm an idiot. I'm fucking stupid. I don't know these things, and I should have researched this on the computer before I just stuck my foot in my mouth. I hope you have a nice day. I'm going to try not to bother you again.
The voices in my head tell me things, and I do them.
No, don't make it sound too creepy. Like, look, I had a thought. I should have never let that thought slip. But what gets me about this entire situation is that the fact that I can believe you never heard of a wet nurse. I can believe
that's not something that's common knowledge anymore.
Yeah, that's not common, but
yeah, you're talking about, well, Kate's 20. Doesn't say how old he is. I assume it's a.
He sounds like a kid.
Yeah, he sounds pretty young.
So I mean, everybody in the circumstance sounds young. People in their 20s today, most of them wouldn't be aware of what a wet nurse is unless.
Well, it also sounds like Terry said, like he's probably pretty autistic, and she doesn't realize that. And I think that's why the other coworker was trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Which is basically the reason he's just be like, hey, I'm autistic as fuck, and sorry, you just saw a straight up autism moment. Like you got a little autism, just a little autism.
When I read this, I was down laughing. This guy, he's an idiot.
Well, I think it's to the next line, which is, I found out today that she's telling people that me and Lauren were making fun of her for breastfeeding. No, you weren't.
No.
Well, now she's an asshole.
She is.
Well, she's an asshole in that situation. The whole breast milk thing, creepy, kind of asshole-ish, but it was more on like the autistic asshole-ish of like, you're only kind of an asshole because you didn't realize what you said is a predominantly considered a common faux pas. So you're an indirect asshole.
I'm going to say not the asshole because I think intent matters with this one. He wasn't trying to be weird and creepy.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
That's why I said indirect.
I think not the asshole at all because he was being a spaz and he was like, hey, I just had this random thought about breast milk, and he blurted it out like a dickhead. And then this Lauren chick is like, oh, okay, so it can't actually work the way that you're saying because otherwise wet nurses couldn't exist.
Yeah. Like
and so
the whole thing of
there was
breast
no
milk is to
mockery.
give a
There was
child.
no like insulting her.
Yeah,
she wasn't being made fun of. So she's the asshole for misrepresenting the situation to other people.
Flat out lying.
Yeah, that last paragraph. So I do understand why Kate would have been uncomfortable with the first way I asked the question, because yes, it was kind of a stupid way to say it, but I didn't. But I don't really understand how she thinks I was making fun of her at all after that. And I think that you were an idiot. The random thought crossed your mind, and you blurted it out in an environment where it really wasn't appropriate anyway, but in the most awkward way you possibly could.
It also
And
hold on.
hold
on. Just say it also falls into another thing of it's not necessarily what he said, because he spurred doubt. It was how he said it.
Yeah. He should still apologize.
Like I would still recommend the apology of being like, hey,
absolutely.
I spurred doubt, and it's like he shouldn't have to apologize. Like she should have realized from everything that it sounds like that there's something wrong with this dude a long time ago. And that whole thing.
All right, this is my thing. It wasn't a random thought. They were having a conversation about breastfeeding, and I'm assuming that was in the workroom.
After that situation, after his initial question. But that's the whole thing. Is his initial question of am I the asshole was for his initial question about the way he went about it. So in the context of it, it was like I said, it was that whole thing of looking at it from the outside looking in. It was indirect assholeness because he didn't realize what he was saying and how he said it. So he's not an asshole.
God damn it! I gotta come up with an autistic.
But I think a very easy fix would have if he'd said, "Can non-family members drink drink a mother's breast milk?" Because by personalizing it by saying, if I drank it, that makes it sound like he wants to.
Yeah,
that's creepy as fuck.
That was creepy.
Yeah, he didn't realize that the way he went about saying it. That's why, like I said, it's not what you said; it's how you said it.
Exactly.
And like you said, it like he could come back and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry. What I meant to." It's like I wasn't thinking about how I said it because I meant it this way. If a non-family member of a person breastfeeding, or it's like that was lactating, drank that, what would happen?
But also, after he clarified what he meant, there was really no reason for her to get upset. She should have been like, "Oh, okay, no."
Yeah, she sounds like an asshole for not understanding it. So it sounds like they're both fucking spurgs in different ways.
Yeah. This Kate should have just gone.
Of course, we know it's creepy.
Okay, no. Now I get what you meant. Okay, no, it doesn't only work for family members. Anyone can drink, a mother's breast milk if they
the breast
have
milk
another baby to feed.
the breast milk is just meant to give them freaking immunities, but antibodies and whatnot that person has to help them as they develop.
It is an ideal nutrient, generally speaking, and then it's not just providing the mother's antibodies in that regard, but if the child gets sick with something that the mother has already had, it overproduces on the antibodies for that to give the child's body the immunological boost.
So the antibodies
give them the antibodies and help teach their body to build those antibodies too. It's an amazing thing.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Professor Catsbringer.
Like the fucking science into it is actually pretty cool. And
Mrs. Forge was very heavily into breastfeeding. So I learned a lot of curious trivia.
Thank you, Mrs. Forge? Question mark?
Former Mrs. Forge.
The late
Mrs. Forge.
Well, as far as I'm aware, she's not dead.
I believe it is time for Frank to get filthy.
Let me go over to this, do that because so here.
There he is.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop. Where are your parents?
Get some help.
Where are your parents? I love Filthy Frank is a national hero, and I wish to see more Filthy Frank. Hey, Ken, are we still there? You haven't said something most of the show.
Yeah, I'm still
there. You are.
I'm pretty sure Camel's just sitting there like, holy shit, I'm on a fucking another show with a bunch of retards.
Yeah.
What a bunch of opinionated jerks.
What a group of complete another group of assholes. Why am I here? Anything you want to show other than the minions of the zoo?
Nah, got nothing going on right now.
All right. Hey Camel is on Hellcat tonight. Which is Thursdays. Him and Hellcat on the minions of the zoo. He also does the powwow streams with Hellcat. Anything else you do?
Go back and re-listen to the whole it's like that hoe got roaches in her crib. It is
yes,
and you should listen to it.
It is chef's kiss.
I will pimp you out on that one, Camel.
Well, unfortunately, there's nothing on my channel. It's all gone.
What happened?
Struck?
No. Just everything got deleted.
Ah, weird.
Ugh.
Like by you or just?
Yeah, by me.
By you okay.
You should have saved that. That was
particular reason.
No.
That you want to talk about?
No.
Too much fire water. Got drunk and fucked some shit up.
I don't think he drinks. I think he just gets high.
Oh, sorry, my bad. You got high one day?
No, it wasn't anything like that.
I won't pry. I won't pry.
It just play its course.
Tari, have you finally joined the Young Turks yet?
No.
Damn. Has Crowder got you on?
No.
Has Hassan invited you on for some odd reason? So you can tell him the fucking retard.
That would be funny. I'm open to the invitation, but not
Has
yet.
Destiny had you on yet?
No, I don't like people with purple hair or blue hair or whatever color it is.
Damn. I would ask about fucking Hunter Avalon, but fuck him.
Not even with a borrowed dick.
There's a famous line. My coworker says this line whenever somebody say fuck him. I wouldn't fuck him with your dick and him pushing. All right. You are on the Mains of the Zoo. You're on Mr. Adams Monday night with our infamous Kefki. You are also on, and Mr. Adam, which is Mondays. You're on Hammer's Wednesday night with Hammer and Genty MaxiPad. You're also on Johnny Hellcat's Thursdays whenever he does a gaming stream or something such. You're also on Quippers United with fucking shit.
You don't have to name. You don't have to name everyone. Just go with the names of the streams. People know who's.
All right, the corner. They recently did a episode with our Rotten here. Six of Silver. I said Hellcats. Anyone else I'm missing?
I think you covered everything. If you missed anything, I lost track.
Mr. Catsbringer, what do you do?
Well,
you had a stream on Twitch earlier.
Yeah, I had my game stream earlier today. Next weekend is another art stream, the Watching Paint Dry show. Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm working on a somewhat custom design for next week to be more spooky themed.
Ooh.
We'll see how that turns out.
And you're playing Evil Within 2, right?
Evil Within 1. I do have 2, so I might follow up. Well,
and if you don't have the Evil Within, but you do have Epic, it is currently free right now.
Ah.
And in a couple weeks or whatever, Evil Within 2 will be free.
Okay.
And if you like ones that have jump scares, creepy ambiance, weird storylines and everything, I do recommend. It's you freaked me out a few times, but fun.
Okay. Right, and our next movie is A Cold Day in Hell, right?
Tremors 5, A Cold Day in Hell.
Woo! That's a good
Graboids
series.
Graboids in Canada, and I'm not going to say Canadian Graboids because they just ain't that polite.
Nope.
Tell me, Burt Gummer's still in it, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Of all, other than the sci-fi movie that was never released, every officially released Tremors movie or Tremors thing has Burt Gummer in it.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Well,
Just,
except for the last couple episodes of like the
TV
Tremors
show.
TV show, but he still was in most of the series.
all
Yeah,
right.
he was a character by reference in those even, but not making an appearance every time.
You're not doing. Are you doing Talking Into the Void anytime soon?
I have no idea. I really should, but well, work sucks.
Understandable. What else? I really need to do if someone with an imagination did woke search. I'm going to poison myself and watch Robin Hood with a Y and try to make some sense of that shit. Really, Rodney? Did you just
That
bring
was
out
not
the
me.
sad news? Who was it? Who did that? Which one of you assholes?
Oh, that would be me.
Dick. I'm going to. Maybe I'll do the first. Maybe I'll just do the fucking premise and not watch the series. All right. Other than that, I got nothing. It was a pleasure having you guys on. Hey, Camel, I wish you would have talked more, but hey, it's what it is. Mr. Catsbringer, it's always a pleasure. You are always welcome to fill in for either Angela or Tybot.
Hey,
No,
when am
I
I
don't think
going
I've
to
ever filled in for Terry.
I'm defiantly resisting becoming part of the Will Collective.
Yeah, they say resistance is futile, but I mean,
Well, Tybot,
he's beating the
he's
futility
our
level.
robot.
Yeah, I mean, he's his own internal collective there in
Yeah.
his own way, so that might be why.
Well, Terry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
All right,
he's everywhere. I'm everyone.
Well, I'm pretty sure,
there it is.
I'm pretty
Everywhere
sure
you're
Terry would
everywhere.
rather hear this one.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I love that one.
I love that one too. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. I have work in the AM. I'm going to play the outro. Rodney, any chance you're going to make a new one? I really want to hear the one where you do.
Yeah, I got to make a new one. I've been lazy as fuck.
While you ate trash, I studied the blade.
Yeah.
All right, peoples. Any last words?
Nigger. We need to
Plethora.
say that more
It
often.
means a lot.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys. Outro time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let it. And with that, the midnight show has been brought to a close. Get out of here, you little bastards! Fucking little trash-eating pandas. From the Midnight Crew, I told you to get out of here! We'd like to thank you for joining us. I want to fill you bastards full of lead! We'd also like to thank our guests for joining us. That's 3 of you down. How many more of you fuckers are there? Please join us again next week. I'll keep shooting. I got a lot of ammo.